Today, let's talk about a really powerful idea. What if lasting joy isn't something you just stumble upon, but something you can actually design? We're going to look at a blueprint for building a kind of sustainable peace, not by trying to change everything around you, but by redesigning the one thing you have control over, your own mind.
I'll be happy when I finally get that promotion. Or I'll be happy when the kids are finally out of the house. Or when I can finally retire. Does that sound familiar? I think for most of us it does. We spend so much of our life on this if-then treadmill, always pushing our happiness off to some future moment that, let's be honest, often doesn't feel as great as we imagine when we get there.
The whole idea we're digging into today really turns that thinking on its head. It suggests that the very act of chasing happiness, as if it's some prize you have to catch, is precisely what keeps it just out of our grasp. So what's really going on here? Why is this a trap?
Well, that brings us to our first section, the happiness trap. Because before you can design a solution, you've got to understand the problem inside and out. Okay, so right at the heart of this trap is a concept called delusion, or muda. And really, it's the simple but incredibly common foolishness of thinking that real, lasting fulfillment is going to come from stuff outside of ourselves. We convince ourselves that a nicer car, a bigger title, or more followers is the magic bullet. But we're just looking in the wrong direction. And when you're living in that state of delusion, your life becomes this never-ending to-do list, right? You achieve one goal, and immediately 3 more pop up. You get the thing you wanted, and now you need the next, better thing. It's exhausting. It's a game you literally cannot win. And this has some very real and not so great consequences. This constant chase leads directly to things like anxiety, frustration, and just this general feeling of agitation. Your own mind, which should be your greatest ally, ends up becoming your worst master. It's always nagging, always demanding more, and leaving you with that nagging feeling that you're just never quite enough.
So if chasing things on the outside is the trap, then the way out has to be on the inside. It's time to stop all the chasing and start designing. The blueprint for this inner design is actually pretty straightforward. It boils down to 3 core steps. First, we'll talk about practicing contentment. Then we'll get into how to master your mind. And finally, we'll look at the incredible peace that comes from living authentically. So, step 1, contentment. Now, this isn't about giving up or just being passive, not at all. It's about a shift in perspective. Imagine your life is a garden. You've put in the work, you've planted the seeds, you've watered them. Contentment is just about appreciating the harvest you get from your garden, whatever that looks like, instead of constantly looking over the fence and wishing you had your neighbors.
All right, step 2 is a big one, mastering your mind. See, your minds can either be a total tyrant, just running your life with random cravings and fears, or it can be a powerful tool that you consciously direct. And the amazing thing is, that choice is entirely up to you. So, how do you actually do it?
Well, here's one really practical tool. It's called the AWARE principle. And it's super simple, but man, it's effective. The next time you feel a really strong negative emotion, like, say, jealousy when you're scrolling through social media, just pause. Just for a second. Step back and ask yourself, wait, why am I feeling this? Why is my ego flaring up? Why am I looking for happiness out there? That simple act of questioning creates a little bit of space, and that space helps you detach from the emotion instead of letting it control you.
And that brings us to the final step, living authentically. So many of us live with what you could call a dual self. What we think and feel on the inside, well, it doesn't quite match what we're saying and doing on the outside. And that gap, that misalignment, creates so much inner conflict and stress. The goal is to become an authentic self, where your thoughts, your words, and your actions are all singing the same tune. That harmony, that's where you find a really deep, profound kind of peace.
But hold on. Does all this inner work mean you should just quit your job and stop trying to do things? No, not at all. And this brings us to a really important point about the whole purpose of work. This whole philosophy isn't about inaction. It's actually the complete opposite. It's all about continuous, purposeful effort, even long after you might have formally retired. The real key here is your motivation. When you shift your focus to work that benefits others, whether that's volunteering, mentoring, or creating something useful, it has this incredible way of purifying the mind. It pulls you away from selfish desires and helps you build a real legacy of impact. So when you start combining these practices, contentment, mastering your mind, living with authenticity, and working with purpose, it all leads to the ultimate reward,
discovering your true self.
And the results of all this inner design work, it's not just some fleeting feeling of happiness. It's about tapping into this deep, unshakable wellspring of peace, clarity, wisdom, and love that's already inside you. It's a state of being that doesn't depend on anything or anyone outside of you.
And that really is the ultimate goal of life. It isn't to rack up the most money or the fanciest titles. It's self-discovery. It's finding out who you truly are underneath all the labels and achievements that society puts on you. That is the real prize.
So I guess I'll just leave you with this question to think about. After all the years of striving and chasing, what do you think you would find if you finally stopped, took a breath, and started looking for happiness, not out there, but in the vast, peaceful world that's waiting inside you?